Hi, I'm Scott Pedersen. I'm going to do some kind of grappling 101. And this is on the chest side of grappling where both combatants have some idea of what's happening. What I mean by that is a fighter that doesn't know or a person in a fight that doesn't know may sit up and try to punch him. Derek can leave. If I was Derek, I'd put that shin across, push my head away, and start kicking. And so that's why grapplers, wrestlers, MMA, jiu-jitsu, they come down and crush. I'm in a bit of a striking position here, which means I've got this hand on this side. You'll see a lot of jiu-jitsu guys put the head or wrestlers here. This, in my opinion, this is more of a grappler's answer. Going for submissions. Well, see, you can't really hit. But when I strike, I personally like to be on this side because I get a little more ground and pound action. But anyway, I want to talk about position. And again, this is when both people kind of have a clue. If Derek's facing this, yes, there you go. Derek's weapons are facing the wrong direction. He's not happy about this. I can get his back and I can viciously strike him. It's illegal in sports, but that's a problem that he would want to consider. When he's flat on his back, I can lay on him. So, and you see, he's having some trouble breathing a little bit. Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sitting on his lungs, but watch this. He's going to roll towards me. And not going to sit on his lungs. See, he can breathe, right? So you can breathe great. But when he's flat, it crushes his lungs down. It's taking some air from him with my body weight. So Derek, let's go back to me being on bottom. And I'm just going to do this sort of one-on-one version, which is called Don't Get Mounted. So if you're excited to not be mounted, a mount is actually sort of fairly difficult for him. And mount is fantastic because in side control, to hit, he has to loosen one limb at a time. He can hit me, but he's got to get 3 more points of contact. So he's squeezing here and his knees, and he's got one free hand. You hit the rib or the groin. But when he's in mount, slide over to mount. Yeah, pop over to full mount. This is good for him because he can control taking away space and make space to strike, and that's kind of the deal. To control you, I just said it. You have to take space from your opponent, but to hit hard, you need space, and he's got both at the same time. That's why mount is one of the reasons mount is awesome. He's also dropping shots with gravity, and he can turn his shoulders. When I punch him, it's kind of arm punch here. When he punches me, it's shoulder punch and gravity and body turn, which is terrible. So let's head you back to side control. And again, in sort of a sporty way, because apparently he knows what he's doing. He's got good control here. I'm going to slide that arm in front of the hip. I usually turn off my back so I can start breathing. This arm has, in my opinion, 2 really great places to go. And one is up alongside the neck. And the other, which I'm going to skip, is probably in the armpit. It's called Teacher, I Have a Question. And you're going to pick me, you can pick me. If this arm goes down, he's got some stuff to do against me. But if I have this underhook and I'm like, hey Snake, I always wanted to ask you this question, this really kind of jams and starts sliding out the bottom. But I'm going to go back to this one. I got arm in front of the hip. I'm grabbing his trap. It's like a local neck pinch. And I'm levering his neck back. This is from a sport point of view. If this is a street fight, I can go for those eyes, or I can grab the throat. But if I'm kind of being clean, I don't know, he's my brother-in-law or something, tackle me in the front yard. So if I don't want to hurt him, this is a nice version, which is in front of the throat. I'm putting some pressure, and if we look at that, Derek lays on me, lowers weight, and I'm going to try to do a push-up, right? And I do some push-ups sometimes. But if I lift, see, when I pushed his throat, I didn't lift him, he lifted himself. See, he's backing up. But when I push his chest, that's me doing a lot of strength. In fact, I'm losing. I can't press him up. And I'm probably tired because I'm fighting. So I let him do the work for me, and then I slide his knee in front here. And let's come down, Snake, to the other side. So here's the 3 parts, really. I have this arm in front of the hip, this hand in front of the throat, or the Teacher, I Have a Question. Number 3 is this leg. If my legs are straight, first of all, that's a sign that I don't know how to grapple, because I cannot, I've lost my options, and he can mount any time. If my knees are bent, I can buck and hip and shrimp, but he can step over, just throw your leg over like a cowboy. So, autopilot, I like to lift this leg straight up in the air. and step over like a cowboy again. That stops the cowboy, but just with a small tweaking of technique, Derek can slide his knee over my stomach and go right to mount. So it doesn't stop anybody who has a clue, but if you are here, anybody can mount you. And if you're here, only people that are really kind of understand mount will mount you. But here's the last one I like to do, is I dig in and put that knee across the hip. And now go to mount there. There is no mount. If that shin is in front, that knee is in front of his hip, there is no mount. And if we stand up, and Derek throws a roundhouse at me, that's the start of the book. The roundhouse kick.
I'm sorry.
So, boom. And that's one version of the Thai block. Do it again. Boom. And this is from Thai kickboxing. Well, if you look at Derek down on side control, and that's fine. Knock it out under you, or go your hip, neck, shin, and if Derek evaporates, he disappears. Just leave a Thai block. So basically, it's a Thai block on the floor. And if you do a Thai block on the ground, it's a very good start for you. And I'll just end with this. Here's Derek. So depending on Derek's knowledge and his plans, he's taking space away from me. That means Derek's doing a good job. I create a little bit of space. One version, I get in front of that neck. I turn on my back and I shrimp here. And then I'm back in the Thai block position, which allows me to create space in the shrimp crawl. I call this a mini shrimp, which allows me to pull through and gives me some options. He's not going to get mount as long as that knee is in front of him and hit me. There's no room out. I'm really tight to him, so there's no room for damage. And that's what I would call one thing you might want to know, or some things you might want to know for not being mounted. Thank you.